Yo, what's up guys? What's going on? Zach or Mortal Resistance here. Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by as always. Really quickly before this video starts, I just want to sort of give you guys a disclaimer talking about this information. It is not in any way confirmed as being true, nor is it in any way confirmed being false. You know, this information is just information that we have. We can't decide whether it's true or false because we just don't know at this point. So I don't want any of you guys to be sitting here like, oh, you said this is going to be happening, that means it's true, or this says it's going to be happening, that means it's true. There's no 100% guaranteed way of knowing what this information is, if it's real or not, but I do want to share it with you guys regardless, so hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Yo, what's up guys? What's going on? Zach or Mortal Resistance here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by as always. Today, we're going to be talking about some huge Call of Duty 2016 information. Now, keep in mind, I want to keep reiterating this throughout the video, that this is not confirmed as 100% legitimate yet, and it could be all false information. However, it's probably the closest thing that we have to any leads regarding Call of Duty 2016 at this point. So I spent a fair amount of time on Reddit, and I was browsing it the other day and came across this post by Ultra Slug, and he's talking about Call of Duty 2016 and what it could potentially be. So we're going to go ahead and read through his post here and talk about each one of his points. So he starts off with saying, "Hello, I was a temporary environment artist at Neversoft and was helping Infinity Ward make the next installment in the Call of Duty franchise. I have since left due to personal concerns, therefore I cannot confirm anything, but here are some things that you may want to start thinking about as we get closer to the official announcement of Call of Duty 2016. First things first, IW loves to create an in-game world which you can relate to. We've seen modern settings in most Infinity Ward games. Don't expect that to change, which unfortunately this doesn't give us too many hints as to what this next game could be. That still relieves it as possibly Call of Duty Ghosts 2 or even Modern Warfare 4. That doesn't really differentiate one or the other there. His second point, this world Infinity Ward has created is contemporary, however, a more advanced movement system than we've seen in previous Infinity Ward titles will be present. Basically saying that they're going to continue on with the flow in an advanced movement system. Advanced Warfare obviously started it there with the exosuits. Black Ops 3 continued it with the thrusters and whatnot. Expect to see something similar to that in Call of Duty 2016. Third point, 4-player co-op campaign is supported as a part of the returning Spec Ops mode. You guys remember back in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, Spec Ops was a pretty popular thing, as well as survival mode, which is in Modern Warfare 3. He also notes that it is important to note that 4-player couch co-op is supported as well. So we're talking 4-player LAN split screen is also an available setting or option in Call of Duty 2016's campaign. He also goes on to mention that multiplayer will also support 4-player couch co-op, both in offline split screen and in online multiplayer. This is one thing that I'm not really too sure about. It's been something that's been talked about in the past with Call of Duty. We have obviously the split screen online multiplayer option in Call of Duty right now, which allows you and your friend to play online together if you're in the same room. 4 players online seems a little bit extensive. I feel like that might result in a lot of people boosting their way to camos or headshots or whatever it may be in Call of Duty 2016 that gets you cool stuff in game. I just don't entirely see this one as being completely true. Next up, point number 5, Extinction mode is making a return and will be unlocked upon completion of the main campaign. You guys remember back in Call of Duty Ghosts, we got Extinction mode for the very first time, sort of a twist and a turn on the original Call of Duty Zombies, but with aliens, so it looks like that might be coming back as well. Up next, he says, in the campaign mode, this is the first time Infinity Ward is putting you in the boots of a soldier fighting alongside famous historical figures. Think someone along the lines of Khalifa Haftar, who is currently a military officer, or was a military officer in the Libyan Civil War, which happened pretty recently, actually. Number 7, fans of the series will recognize several returning characters, but at the same time develop a liking for new ones. So this leaves, once again, possibilities for both Ghosts 2 and Modern Warfare 4. It's a pretty just broad generalization of the campaign, but it does give us the slightest amount of insight into it regardless. Next up, he says the same amount of destructible materials present in Call of Duty Ghosts will be featured across all game modes. So if you guys remember back in COD Ghosts, the majority of the maps had destructible environments. You know, walls could break, things could explode, things could go off mid-map, kind of like the chem strike on Strike Zone. It was a very, very cool aspect to the game. You know, it constantly changes the map, makes things flow pretty neatly and pretty cool. It's a very unique thing, and apparently that's going to be returning as well. Continuing on, point number 9, he says campaign mode will follow a similar storytelling style that is to that of the previous Infinity Ward games. You will jump into the boots of several characters across several different factions. Point number 10, he says the setting of this game is different. Expect to be fighting in many quote-unquote out of the ordinary locations. So this could mean some really cool maps. Think of things like maybe in a plane that's in mid-flight, or on a ship that's in the middle of an ongoing fight with another ship, or something like that. Think of some really out of the box maps. That would be something that I think would make the game really fun to play. Point number 11, he says, this game should answer most questions in the community that have been asked about the previous stories in Call of Duty titles developed by Infinity Ward. This goes along with the campaign regarding Modern Warfare through Modern Warfare 3 and also Ghosts as well. So once again, can't really differentiate between the two. Point number 12, he says no new engine for this installment, still working with a heavily modified version of Infinity Ward 6.0. So think back to Call of Duty Ghosts, mainly on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That sort of engine, I would assume, is what we're going to be seeing here with Call of Duty 2016, which is a little bit unfortunate to hear. You know, you'd like to hear something that can maybe support dedicated servers or increase the connection a little bit, something of that nature, but we'll just have to wait and see till the game releases to confirm this. And finally, he wraps things up with this. He says, you guys might want to just look up these coordinates with a winky face, and they read 12.5 thousand degrees north, 69.9,667 degrees west. When you punch these bad boys into Google, it brings up the location of Wara Wara, Santa Cruz in Aruba. So is this somewhere in the campaign? Is this somewhere in multiplayer? I'm not exactly sure what this means, but it does give us a very specific location, but we don't know what to do with it yet, unfortunately. That's going to wrap things up for this video. Let me know what you guys think of this. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found this information cool or helpful. Subscribe if you guys are new. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about all the new information that we get regarding Call of Duty 2016 as it is released to the public. As always, I've been Zach or Mortal Resistance. I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Stay happy, stay positive, and have an awesome rest of your day. Peace out.